Hi everyone, it's Jody from An Eye for Beauty, and today is January 12th, 2025. We're in our second week of our weekly energy card reading. We're going to pull a couple of cards to see what's going on for the coming week. There's a lot that has been going on, a lot of crisis, a lot of catastrophes around us personally, and also obviously in the world. And your job is to keep your head up high, keep your faith, trust, and of course, be very awake and aware in your surroundings. Be aware of where you place yourself in your life. There might be people in your life that aren't as awake and aware, so maybe you want to just help them to realize that discernment is very important during this time. We can't have our heads in the sand and act like we don't see what's going on around us. We have to be very clear and very aware. And maybe there's certain situations where you may not really want to be going into, but you have to. Let's say for work, for instance. You want to be calling in extra protection. That is your birthright. You have this free will, and part of the free will is for you to call in the protection. Are you doing that? There were so many people that I talked to, I just assumed that it's normal, that people are always calling in and praying for protection and stuff, but they're not. So if you're not, call it in on the daily. And if you don't think your family members that you love that are not so awake or not so open to this, call it in for them. They have free will, but just ask Archangel Michael to put an extra layer of protection around those people because they're not so aware, because they're not so awake. We have to live our lives, but we have to learn, if you haven't already, how to be smart in everyday life and everyday situations, and make sure that you are keeping your eyes wide open, all three of them, okay? And also, when you have a feeling that comes in, or when you have a knowing that comes through, or when you hear a message, or you hear something in your inner ear, or you have a feeling deep in your heart or deep in your gut, don't ignore it. Far too many people doubt what the message is that they are receiving because they don't trust it. They don't trust in the fact that we do have support all around us. I still don't understand why so many people are against believing that. But you have support all around you. Why don't you just allow yourself to finally bring it into your life? 100%, without a shadow of a doubt. Have faith and have trust that you have that support. Let's pull a card and let's see what the energy is for this week coming in. Look at that. I'm wearing green, actually. Heart chakra. Okay, this is such a strong message. This is going off of continuing what I just said. Guys, you got to get out of your head. You got to get into your heart, okay? And this has various meanings. Meaning number one, stop allowing the logical mind to be the controller of your reality. But I can't do this because X, Y, and Z. I can't say this because so-and-so might think that. I can't stop this. I can't stop, okay? What I want you to do is stop this and go here. Check in with yourself daily. How do you feel about going here? How do you feel about speaking to this one? How do you feel about doing this? How do you feel? Your feelings have been so suppressed, especially if you have not done enough inner work. Now know this, until the day you die, you're always doing inner work, you're always growing. So that is never going to end. Just when you've gotten over a hurdle, you've learned something through a challenge, you feel great, you might have to go deeper because it might be deeply embedded in your DNA. It might be deeply embedded in your life when you were a child, or a pattern, or a belief system. One of the biggest belief systems that we have to crush at this time is what's going on in here, and we're not allowing what's happening in here to help us to come to a decision. When you react to something immediately, it's typically because you hear yourself wanting to react, or the logical mind just thinks that's what it's supposed to do. But what if you take the pause to reflect, to contemplate, to feel what you need to feel before you take the next step forward? Do you know how different life would be? Do you know how different life would be if everybody was going into their heart and feeling into their next move or their next action step before they actually do? Our world would be so much better, but we're not there yet. And if people don't do this, we're never getting there. So I am inviting you today to be the first to make the change, maybe in your family, maybe in your community, to make sure that you are going into your heart space and you are feeling into whatever step you take from the minute you open your eyes until the minute you go to bed, instead of just logically reacting. That's our theme for the week. What I did is pulled 3 cards from the archangels. And so we have 3 archangels that want to work with you guys. Do you want to go with the first archangel, the second, or the third? The first archangel is the archangel of the heart, Archangel Chamuel. Archangel Chamuel comes in and helps us with divine love and with self-love. Now, this card specifically is the career transition card. Your life purpose is triggering a blessed change in your career. Now, career could mean an actual job. Career could mean a level up in your spiritual growth, in your inner growth, in your personal growth. A career transition could mean you're stepping away from being a mother, let's say. You're always a mother, but meaning that you've been a mother for so long, but now the kids are leaving the nest. They're out of the house. They've moved out. So now what's next for you? Or being a father as well. Career transition can have so many meanings, but the moral of the story is the Archangel Chamuel is the archangel of divine love and self-love. And he is the archangel that is going to help you to feel into your heart before you take the transition step that is next for you. Okay? What do you feel about doing X, Y, and Z? This is so important, especially if you are someone that is in the midst of this like unknown period. The Archangel Chamuel, the color of light is green and pink. So see either color. Work with this archangel. Ask him to help you to feel into, because maybe you are a person that doesn't really feel before you make a decision. And maybe that's part of your transition right now, is to learn how to feel what your answer is going to be before you take your next step. And to get it out of the head and to get into the heart. Second archangel, Archangel Gabriel. Archangel number 2. Archangel Gabriel is helping you to do some creative writing. Make time to write down your thoughts and feelings in a journal. And so that is actually the next step when we feel into the heart. You know what's great to do is get all of that out on paper. Oftentimes we are holding on to hurts and wounds in our heart, and we're not making space to clear it away, and then it gets stuck and stagnant, and it shows up, if you can see this, in this like dark tarry or dark gray just gunk. And you want to clear that, and Reiki can help that. Of course, Reiki can help clear these stagnant energies, but if you're not doing the work, then it's not a miracle. It's not just going to clear it one time and, oh, you're wonderful. You got to do the work, guys. And I think that's the missing piece that so many people are not doing or have not been doing, is the work. Coming for Reiki once a year is not doing the work. I'm sorry. That's just a tune-up. That is not doing the work. And maybe Reiki is not your thing, but there's something else that you choose to do that is helping you because you're doing it daily, weekly, or monthly. If you're not doing something daily, weekly, or monthly in terms of your spiritual, emotional growth, you're not doing the work, okay? You could sit every single day in meditation, work with the Archangel Gabriel, tune in, do what you need to do to get the clarity that you need. You're doing the work. But if you're not doing that, you're not. So this is tough love, and this is 2025, and this is a 9-year, and next year we are starting a new cycle. And of course, each one of you is starting your own personal cycle based on your personal numerology for the year. But all that being said, it's time to look in the mirror and be honest with yourself. Are you doing the work that needs to be done for your inner growth and your personal growth? I can tell you and attest to clients that come monthly, the difference that they see, and they know who they are listening to this, when they have come monthly versus when they would come once a year, or I'd see them once every 18 months. I wasn't seeing the changes. But then when they started coming every month and diligently having an appointment and diligently doing the work, boy, what an amazing difference. And if that's not for you and you don't want that growth, then you probably shouldn't even be listening to these videos. But I think it's important for all of us to do some inner growth and some inner work, because if we want to see the world outside of us differently, we have to realize that it all starts in here. It starts within. And if you think about The Wizard of Oz, I know Wicked just came out, which I didn't watch or see, but if you think about the yellow brick road got her all the way to the castle where the magician was behind the curtain, and all along she had everything she needed right inside of herself. That's the message. That is truly such an important message to each and every one of you and me and everyone. You have everything you need right inside of you. You don't need to look outside of yourself to get anything to make you any better. You are enough exactly as you are. Now embrace that and do the work that maybe creates the crack in your faith, or the crack in your belief, or the doubt that you carry, or the self-esteem issues that you have, or the wounding that you've gone through, or the traumas that you've been through. Allow yourself to do the work to nurture yourself and to clear it. And that's the only way it's going to happen. So for angels, Archangel Gabriel, for card number 2, he will help you do some writing, some creative writing, which is journaling, to help get out whatever is kind of stuck, that stagnant energy inside your heart space. And actually, Gabriel also talks about, he also helps with talking, speaking your truth, the throat chakra. So it's those 2 spots that Archangel Gabriel can help you with. Archangel number 3 is the Archangel Zadkiel, and he is the Archangel that helps us to learn. And what are we talking about today? Doing inner work, doing inner growth, finding inner truths, personal growth. Archangel Zadkiel is saying that he is speaking to you and helping you to increase the clairaudience, which is the inner voice telling you, go left, go right, don't go to that store, go to that store, do this, don't do that. You hear this guidance, you're not sure where it's coming from, but it's light and it's exciting and it's trusting, and you hear it. That is coming from clairaudience, coming from the Archangel Zadkiel. And Archangel Zadkiel can help you to increase the ability for that that gift, but also to allow you to really hear what you need to hear to help you in for your best and highest good at this time. Let's get a final message for today. For the week of January 12th, step into your power, guys. That's what this message has been, very powerful. And truly, you got to up your game. You got to step into your power. You got to know that without a shadow of a doubt, you have everything you need right inside of you. The power lies within you. Don't forget it. Have a great week, and I will speak to you soon. Bye-bye.